Jeudi, le 4 septembre. Aujourd'hui, c'est l'anniversaire de Monsieur Durand. Bon anniversaire, chérie, de Pascal Durand.
Oh dear.
La femme de...
Yeah, merci. Hugo Botley.
Bon anniversary, chérie.
Yes, thank you.
I've only just started, sir.
All that I can bear. Clive Coffey.
Merci, chérie.
Thank you. Anthony Talacosta.
Comment que va?
Stop.
Très bien.
Stop.
What's wrong, sir?
What's wrong is those are positively the worst readings I have ever heard. I want you to make a point of listening to French radio for 5 minutes every day. Personally, I find a good time to do it in the bath or in the lavatory. Adam Huntley, there is no need to laugh just because I said the word lavatory. It's a perfectly normal place to be. Now, what is this?
Looks like an R to me, sir.
That is exactly what it is not, Lucy Cornwell. It is the jagged rock upon which many an Englishman has founded.
Pardon?
The French is the one principal sound we do not have in our language. Très bien. All it takes is a little bit of effort on our behalf, and we can master it. Now, the French comes from the back of the throat here. I want you to imagine that you've got an irksome piece of phlegm stuck at the back of your throat and are looking to dispose of it.
You mean you want us to gob, sir?
Not exactly how I would have put it, Adam Huntley, but it's all right. It's very funny, Clive. Yes, all right, let's get it out of our system then.
Morning, Headmaster. Good morning, Headmaster. I brought some cheques for you to sign. This one's for the geography field trip last week. Repairs on the minibus. And this one's payable to me. £35,000 I'm diverting from the school pension fund. Oh, and by the way, if it's all right, I'll be leaving school early this afternoon as the bursar and I are booked on the 4 o'clock flight to Rio.
Yes, of course, Jean. Look at this week's Times educational supplement. Whether it likes it or not, Britain's destiny is inevitably bound up with its neighbours in Europe. The forward-thinking schools all have in common a dynamic head of languages and a strong commitment to the European ideal. And who do they mention? Everyone except us. We do our bit for Europe as much as any other school.
Yes, 4B's brass-rubbing trip to Boulogne was a turning point in Anglo-French relations.
I mean, the school minibus is German, isn't it? I mean, we had moussaka for the governor's dinner. The stapler is Italian. What more do they want?
Don't pay any attention to journalists, Headmaster. They write their articles in wine bars.
A dynamic head of languages.
Uh-oh. We're not mentioned. Here we go. It's putting Donald out to grass time again.
I'll be in here in a minute saying, Donald, how's your back these days?
Oh, no. It'll be the school cottage in Sheepwash. Donald, all you have to do is look after the vegetable garden and have a few pupils down in the holidays.
Crossword.
He's having one of his dreams again.
No, that's what he'll say. Think of all the time you'll have to do the crossword.
Bet you a £5 it's the bag.
£5, it's the cottage.
It's the crossword.
You're on.
Right.
All right, fine.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Headmaster.
Morning, Eric.
Morning, Headmaster.
Harriet. Hello, Gilbert. How are you?
Well, as a matter
Good. Oh, hello, Donald. How are you keeping these days?
Never felt better, Headmaster.
Oh, by the way, Donald, did you ever use that osteopath I recommended?
Yes, Headmaster, yes. The hearing's on Thursday.
Oh, apropos of nothing, Donald, did I tell you that the central heating in the cottage has finally been fixed?
No, Headmaster.
I was down there for half-term. It was terribly cosy. In fact, I was sitting in the living room window thinking, isn't this idyllic? cows in the back garden, far from the madding crowd, and all the time in the world to do the crossword. Yes, that's exactly. I thought I could get quite used to this.
I'm not taking early retirement, Headmaster.
Donald, that was the furthest thing from my mind.
Donald Halifax came to the school in 1952, thrown out on the scrap heap in 1993. Affectionately known to the pupils as Old Scrotum Face. We wish him well in his early retirement and his lightning decline into senile dementia.
Oh, Donald, here you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
It's break time. Where do you think I'd be? Stringfellows?
Donald, I have to say, I'm getting rather worried about 5C. This morning they were having trouble with the most basic pronunciation.
Funny. Same thing happens to me after 10 gin and tonics.
Oh, Donald, I think you've thrown these away by mistake.
No, I haven't.
But you haven't opened them.
I don't need to open them. There'll be one for new textbooks, yet more bumps from the French Institute, and there'll be some cable company trying to flog us satellite television.
Spanish, German, and French television beamed straight into the classroom. Donald, this is just what 5C needs.
Oh, for God's sake, Lawrence, isn't it enough you drag us in every Wednesday to see that silly man with his floppy moustache swanning around in his Citroën?
Donald, Robert Revolver, Detective Extraordinaire, is a very entertaining program.
But he speaks French so fast you can't understand a word he says. Typically bloody French.
Don't listen to him. He loves France.
No, I do not.
You love that meal we had in Calais. You packed the boys off to Crazy Golf while we went and gorged ourselves at a 3-star Michelin restaurant.
Well, we had to do something to kill the time.
We stayed there for 5 hours. You licked your plate dry and ended up playing pool with the owner.
All right, so I met the one and only frog with a sense of humour.
You kissed him goodbye.
He pounced on me.
Right, that's it. Donald, Jean, I won't hear another word. Are you both free this Sunday?
No.
Yes.
Because I insist on cooking you both a French meal.
Oh.
Round at your house.
Ah, Donald. Grab a pew.
Hurry up, Headmaster, it's break. Can't this wait till lesson time?
Yes, of course. I've been mulling things over this morning, and there's something I'd like to bounce off you.
Before you go ahead and do it anyway.
Yes. No, Donald, your input is absolutely vital. Now, I've been toying with the idea of hiring a new hand for the languages department. Obviously, before I can even begin to invite applications...
Headmaster, I've just faxed the job advertisement through. They said with any luck it should make this week's edition.
I'd like to know how you feel about it.
Dr. Robert Chambourcy, B.A., Christchurch, Oxford, M.A., FRSA, Licence Lettres, Ph.D. Sorbonne, member of Mensa, winner of the InterVarsity Chess Championship, Olympic bronze downhill skiing, previous work experience, regional director of UNESCO. Good Lord.
Yeah, and that was after his holiday job as Archbishop of Canterbury.
That would be the veal. I don't like it, Donald. It's so obvious. The headmaster's grooming him to take your place as head of department.
Does anyone not like anchovies?
We love them.
Preferably tonight. Maybe this early retirement thing isn't such a bad thing out.
Oh, it'll be horrific. We'll end up in some drafty bungalow on the south coast with nothing to do but stare at the English Channel or watch Countdown. The school pension will run out and we'll have nothing to live on.
Oh, we'd manage.
How?
You could go on the game.
Really?
Well, we could shoplift. I could model for Help the Aged posters. But I know these high flyers. If he takes the job, he'll last 6 months at the most and then finish.
Are we talking about Mr. Chambourcy?
Who else?
Sounds like a very exciting man. And golly, what a CV!
That smells divine, Lawrence.
Hooray.
Donald, Jean, Moon Didcotière. Oh, crikey, what have I done?
The rest of the Beaujolais.
Lawrence, come with me.
Ow!
of you to find those mussels. I thought they were only in season when there was an R in the month.
Surely it's when there isn't an R in the month, isn't it?
It's not your fault, Lawrence.
I feel dreadful about the whole thing.
Look, anybody could go to a second-rate fishmonger's, buy a suspiciously cheap batch of mussels and not bother to check them.
Have to watch our backs now, Lawrence.
Pardon, Eric?
Acting head of department. There's a mean streak to you, isn't there? Poisoning your boss in your ruthless scramble to the top.
No, Eric, no,
Don't touch that tea, Jean!
Oh, Eric, really?
Mrs. Halifax, have you any idea when your husband is going to be back? Because I had to cover for one of his lessons this morning.
Gentlemen, as you know, Mr. Chambourcy is coming for his interview tomorrow morning.
Oh, Headmaster, that reminds me. Mr. Chambourcy just phoned to say it would be more convenient for him if tomorrow's interview was at 12:30. That way he can fit us in between Harrow and Eton.
Headmaster, if he's really pressed for time, we could all squeeze into the minibus and meet him at Heston service station.
Harriet, Mr. Chambourcy is a very able candidate who could be a great asset to the school.
Oh, before I forget, Headmaster, could you sign this get well card for Donald?
Of course, Eric, I'd be delighted to.
Tell you what, let's kill two birds and shove in happy retirement as well.
Eric, nobody's retiring. Can I make it clear to everyone that Mr. Chambourcy's appointment...
Oh, he's been appointed now, has he?
I mean interview, is a move purely to expand the languages department. Now, I want you all to make him feel as welcome as possible and send him away with a good impression of the school.
So you'll be giving Lawrence the day off then, Headmaster?
Good news, Headmaster. Donald's back on solids. Donald? This probably isn't a good moment to, No, probably not. Or should I? It's just that one or two things cropped up while you were away today. But you're right, I shouldn't bother you with them now.
What is it?
Well, very quickly. The overhead projector bulb has gone again. Oh, no, that can wait. That's silly. 6C's homework's all in, except for Rupert Whittington, who asked for an extension, and I didn't know whether to give it to him or not, because he did say he was in the squash final and pulled a muscle. Oh, golly, I said muscle. Oh, crikey, I said it again, I'm sorry. Just one final thing, Donald. Have you had any further thoughts about satellite television?
Do anything you want, Lawrence.
Oh, listen. Oh, one other final thing. Is there anything you want me to do for Mr. Chambourcy tomorrow?
Cook him lunch.
So, as you can see, Leonard, the biology field trip has come in on budget. We saved on meal expenses by putting the boys out to graze near the campsite, and I haven't put in for petrol because we carried the minibus back from Dorset.
You're hovering, Mr. Didcot.
Sorry, am I interrupting?
Yes.
Well, in that case, I'll come back when,
What do you want?
Sorry to barge in like this, Eric. Mr. Wigley, I've seen this marvellous new offer, and I wanted to discuss it with you. It's for satellite television for schools.
Oh, go on, Leonard. You can watch The Simpsons.
As you are here, am I correct in assuming you've enrolled the entire fifth form at the French Institute at £17.50 per head?
Yes, but that's life membership,
And
Mr.
that
Wigley.
you have booked Mr. Charles Gautier from the Académie Pompidou in Paris to give a sixth form lecture here on Friday night.
Which he's doing entirely for free.
Provided we pay his expenses. British Airways club class return.
Oh.
Mr. Didcot, I do hope that your time as temporary head of modern languages is a brief one. What was that about satellite television?
Nothing.
I thought not. Well, I think that concludes our business, Mr. Sweetame.
Lawrence, I've got an idea. There's this kid in my form.
Oh?
His father's bookmaking business has just folded.
Oh, how awful. When will this recession ever end?
No, he started up this satellite dish company.
Oh, good. Well, I hope it's thriving.
Yes, well, his early days anyway. It must be worth a month's free trial if I stick his son in the first 11 for a couple of games.
Suppose I'll get used to it. Mr. Chambourcy.
Dr. Chambourcy.
Welcome to the Mansion School. No, Leonard. I trust you managed to follow my directions.
I had. I probably bumped into Michael Palin.
Yes, if you want to start that end.
Expert today was much different.
Right, 5C. The French channel is number 22.
Oh, sir, can't we watch Lethal Weapon on Channel 9?
No, you cannot. You're going to watch Hervé and Anne-Marie go shopping. And I want you to make a note of any interesting vocab that comes up. All right, 5C. Most amusing. It's only been here 2 minutes and already someone's hidden the remote control.
And so the new Arts Centre will be sponsored by Huntley's Home Base. Now, Dr. Chambourcy, if I could ask you one or two...
What exactly is the standard of languages like here? Because I read a piece on modern languages in last week's Times Ed Sup. Your school wasn't mentioned.
Exactly.
Sorry?
We asked not to be. You see, between you and me, last year's results were so good it was frankly embarrassing.
Now, when I take up this position, I will instigate the following. Streaming from the third year onwards with an eye to university scholarship, weeding out pupils who achieve less than grade 2 at GCSE, a regular cultural and academic exchange program with the French university of my choice, and a direct computer link with the Académie Française.
Well, yes, that's sort of gelling with what I had in mind.
That is the only way to drag a school like this into the 21st century. All this, of course, is conditional on the little matter we were discussing on the telephone yesterday.
Yes.
Now, this chap, Hattersley.
Halifax, my secretary's husband.
Whatever. When are you putting him out to grass?
Well, Donald's always looked forward to early retirement.
Good, because when I was at Harrow yesterday, they said that the head of departmentship wouldn't become available for the next 3 years. I'm afraid I can't wait that long. When would the post be free here?
Oh, soon. Soon.
Good. Can I have that in writing, please?
Rest assured, Dr. Chambourcy, that first thing tomorrow I will get up, walk the dog, and probably have a boiled egg. What? That's during the week. At the weekends, I generally like to have a lie-in while my wife goes out to get the croissants.
What on earth are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I thought you were asking what I did in the morning.
No, we were talking about Halifax.
Ah, well, I think you'll find Donald's more of a fry-up and crossword in bed man, isn't he, Jim?
Your coffee, Dr. Chambourcy.
Careful!
Oh, dear, I'm all fingers today. I'll get a cloth.
I'm terribly sorry, Dr. Chambourcy.
Well, I accept it was an accident.
Here, let me help you. Welcome to the Mansion School, Dr. Chambourcy. And now, does this mean you'll still be going on to Eton?
Well, I shall have to put my face in, I suppose, of course, as a courtesy, you understand?
Oh, yes.
Look out. There they are.
What's that stuck to Dr. Chambourcy's trousers? Oh, it's the headmaster.
Personally, I'm looking forward to meeting Dr. Chambourcy again. We shared a delightful cultural experience in Paris only last year.
You can't keep away from Euro Disney, can you, Gilbert?
This is the staff room. Eric. Dr. Chambourcy, meet Eric Sweetie, head of sciences.
And do you have a strong department, sweetie?
Oh, well, you know, we muddle along. A couple of lads from 3C have got a Saturday morning job at NASA. Half term, we're off to the Antarctic to plug the ozone layer. Lovely meeting you.
Yes, Eric's our staff comedian. Gilbert Herring, head of music.
It's all right, Headmaster, we've already met. Remember that divine performance of Rigoletto at the Paris Conservatoire, when I had the privilege of meeting your aunt, the Comtesse de Chambourcy, and we shared a private box?
No.
Harriet. Meet Harriet Humphrey, head of our thriving English and drama department.
Oh, drama. You taking anything to Edinburgh this year?
No, we'll be in New York. We're opening on Broadway with 3C's production of Miss Saigon.
Would you like to come this way, Dr. Chambourcy?
One moment. I should very much like to take you out to dinner this evening. I know an excellent bistro in the vicinity. I'll pick you up at 7:30 sharp outside the school gates. All right.
Right, well, you'll probably be wanting to get on your way now.
Headmaster, you haven't introduced Lawrence.
Dr. Chambourcy, shall we go?
Oh, Mr. Chambourcy.
Dr. Chambourcy.
Lawrence Didcot. First of all, can I say what an honour it is to welcome you to the Mansion School?
Thank you.
Right, let me show you down to your car.
Headmaster, don't you think that Lawrence should take Dr. Chambourcy on a tour of the languages department?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Dr. Chambourcy's got to be going now.
No, I haven't.
Yes. I think it's only fair he should meet somebody from languages, especially our acting head of department.
With the emphasis on acting, I presume.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Right, well, let's go.
Right, well, if you'd like to go straight to the languages department. And this is the Lost Property Board.
Is it?
As you can see, a variety of items get lost. Anything from the odd sock and tie to entire duffel coats. Although how anyone can lose a duffel coat, goodness only knows.
Yes, I thought we were going to have a look at the language department.
Yes, yes. And this is the lunch menu. And personally, I can't wait till Thursday because it's Spotted Dick. And here's the Oxford and Cambridge entrance board. Oh, look, we've got someone in this year.
A new one?
Yes, isn't it exciting?
Good Lord, where have the rest of the Oxbridge list gone?
What list, Headmaster?
Those wretched cleaners, they will keep taking down the Oxbridge list. Now, Dr. Chambourcy, I trust you've had an enjoyable tour. Let me show you
my
out.
classroom. It's just down here. I'll
Ainsi, faire ses courses, c'est comme aller voir de vieux amis.
Personally, I prefer my pupils to be a bit on the boisterous side, but then there are lots of fire extinguishers around the school.
We meet again. Quelle coincidence, as they say.
I say, Headmaster, that's a jolly good accent. Puts our pupils to shame.
What do you mean? Are you saying that the standard of spoken French here is bad?
No.
No, not bad. Just a bit of trouble with basic pronunciation.
Yes, he means the staff. Lawrence has been running evening classes.
Have I?
And you know what they say about teaching old dogs new tricks?
No, actually, I meant the pupils, Headmaster. Between you and me, when you come and work here, we're going to have a bit of an Everest to climb. But it's nice to know that you and me and Donald will be able to face the exciting challenge together.
Who's Donald?
Our head of department. I can't wait for you to meet him, but unfortunately he's ill at the moment.
You told me that Halifax was leaving.
Yes, Lawrence, why don't you go and have a cup of coffee in the classroom, and I'll show Dr. Chambourcy to your class, and on the way I'll show you the Elizabethan Gallery.
Take ages, Headmaster. We'll use the shortcut. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there has been the odd occasion when the burst has been very, very generous to the languages department. I can't think of an example off the top of my head. Oh, poor thing. But I'm sure it'll come back. And then, of course, the entire catering staff caught chicken pox. By the way, I've never seen such an impressive CV as yours.
Here, Lawrence.
I'm in work experience regional director of UNESCO. My last work experience was 6 weeks grape picking in Châteauneuf-du-Pape.
Really?
Incidentally, I've been reading up on UNESCO, and I gather that the Director General is a Philippe Chambourcy. No relation of yours, by any chance?
He's my uncle.
Good Lord. What an extraordinary coincidence.
That had nothing to do with my getting the job.
Of course not. We've all got friends in high places.
What are you suggesting?
No, I mean, it's just nice to have relatives. I mean, I've got an aunt. I mean, she's dead now, and I didn't use her at all when she was alive. Shall we go on? And now we're coming to Mr. Didcot's classroom. I think you'll find him a model example of our GCSE year. And there they were. Marvellous. Let's move on.
But Headmaster, you didn't show us.
Yes, I did. And anyway, they're in the middle of some very academic work, and they shouldn't be disturbed again because they're very highly strung.
I think I've seen enough now.
Quick sherry, Dr. Chambourcy.
5C? I'm speechless. The
This was supposed to be the climax of Mr. Chambourcy's visit. I trusted you. And now you've let me, Mr. Halifax, the headmaster, in fact, the whole school down.
It's not our fault, sir. It keeps jumping channels.
Yeah, that's right. Look at the picture. It's broken.
Is it? Oh dear, yes, that's not very good, is it?
It's probably the dish, sir. It might not have been installed properly. I mean, is it pointing south?
Pointing south?
It's got to be pointing dead south.
Is it?
And it isn't.
Isn't it? No, well, I'd better go and check it.
How do you know it's a problem with the dish, Lawrence?
Because we keep losing the picture and it's got to be pointing south.
What has?
Or is it north?
Oh, and you may be interested to know the school's just bought a chateau in the Loire Valley for use in the summer vacation. Well, when I say bought, we're still sort of looking around.
Well, I'm sure that'll be a huge benefit to whoever you gull into taking this position.
Pardon?
Mr. Piper, in your advertisement, you described the mansion as a scholarly and forward-thinking school in the First Division. May I suggest an alternative description? A jumped-up adventure playground festering at the bottom of the Vauxhall Conference League. And as for your staff, they are rude, and in one case, seriously unhinged. Now, I hope that in half an hour I shall be awakened by my alarm clock to find that this whole episode has been part of a rather unpleasant dream.
Does that mean you'd still like to think about it?
Oh, Mr. Chambourcy, are you going?
Lawrence, hold still!
But I haven't had a chance to say goodbye.
Lawrence! Wakey!
Help!
Are we still on for tonight, Dr. Chambourcy?
I think I'm getting a nosebleed.
Welcome back, Donald. You feeling better?
No. But I will want to see the headmaster's face. He's so cute when he's angry.
How marvellous to have you back.
Thank you, Lawrence.
There's so much to tell you, and not all of it good, I'm afraid.
Yes, I heard you made quite an impression on Dr. Chambourcy.
Ah, yes, I feel awful about the whole thing. And between you and me, I couldn't help feeling that he might have had his eyes on your job.
No.
Oh, it's good to have the old goat back again, Jean. How is he?
Funny, but when I told him what happened with Lawrence and Dr. Chambourcy yesterday, he perked up straight away. I mean, obviously, he's still a little bit delicate.